welcome to a brand new series on Fix It 412 Off the Record, which is coming back to life. I took quite a bit of time away from this channel, and I have an idea of something that I'm going to love, and I think some of you may love it as well. I hope so anyway. So, there are a couple things I love in life. I love Minecraft and I love Star Wars, and I thought, let's combine them and just see what happens. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a basically watch-along that I think could be a lot of fun, and we're going to start with Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And while we're watching this together and talking about it and all that kind of stuff, also, we're going to be playing some Minecraft and just doing some stuff. So I'm just basically trashing all the stuff on my mob farm right now so I can get rid of it, because I need a couple things. I need gunpowder. I'm just saving the string for wool. Regardless, we'll talk about this later. Let's get the movie started. Are you ready? So if you don't have it ready, pause the video, get Disney Plus open if you have it, or a DVD or whatever. We're going to be watching Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and I'm going to press start in ready 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. All right, and then I have a timer here so we can all stay on the same page, and there's the timer on the board. Okay, so we're all good. We can all watch. I'm hearing my audio in headphones. Obviously, I cannot play audio to y'all because I would get copyright struck into the absolute negative zone. But for right now, we're good. So here we go. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So what's the point of this series? Well, look, I got a lot of grind to do. I got a ton of grind to do. I got to turn the volume. My ears are so loud. I got a ton of grind to do in Minecraft. I thought I'm going to be grinding for 2 hours anyway, right? Like, I'm going to be playing this game that I love so much, and why not just combine forces, do the same thing, and just grind and just sort of chat with you. And, you know, this way I don't have to talk every single second because we're watching Star Wars together. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Oh, man. I remember when this movie came out, what an absolute, like, excitement level a billion, right? Like, excitement level a billion. It was so amazing when it came out, because, you know, at this point there were only the first 3 movies, and there was some expanded universe stuff, and there were like books and some comics and all that kind of stuff. But man, when it actually came out, we're like, holy crap, we're going to be getting 3 more Star Wars films, episode 1, 2, and 3. I remember walking out, and then the preview started, and it showed Darth Maul with his double lightsaber and his awesome red and black tattooed sort of looking face, and oh man, the hype was real. And then the opening crawl started in the theater, and I was probably, when did this come out? Like 97 maybe? So I was in college at the time. And when this came out, I could not believe, like, there's no way that I can overemphasize how hyped I was. And when the music hit, I got very emotional because I never thought I'd see Star Wars in the theater because, you know, I was born in 76, little insider information there. I was born in 76, so I don't remember seeing the first 3 movies in the theater. I watched them a million times at home. Oh man, when they first hit this planet, it's so exciting. It's so exciting. Yep. Sure, yeah. So they're heading in this planet, and this is the special effects and stuff. And remember, this is like CGI special effects, whereas the originals were all models, of course, right? So, so great. Okay, so let's talk about Minecraft a little. What am I building in here? I'm building a city hall in the beautiful city of Steelport. This is kind of where we're at right now. I'm going to be working on this for, the entirety of this video anyway. We're just going to go basically straight through. That's going to be my entire goal, is just go absolutely straight through this and see what we can come up with. Jedi walking in that hall, looking so cool. Oh man, so great. 3. I do want to go ahead and do these pillars on the side, and I decided to use bone block pillars. And the reason why I'm using bone block pillars is because they have that sort of up and down texture, and I've never used bone block to build with before, ever. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's do it like this. Let's do 3 and then a big gap here for maybe a big window or something. What an amazing choice Ewan McGregor was to play Obi-Wan Kenobi too, right? I mean, so amazing. Like, such a great choice. Aged well with the role. I really liked the Kenobi series. If you watched that on Disney Plus when it came out, a lot of people didn't really like it. I really enjoyed it. Did he just drop the name Darth Sidious? I don't remember them dropping that so early. Huh. Okay. So they went straight for it. That's interesting. I didn't, because he's not the Emperor obviously yet. He's just like is he even a senator? Yeah, I guess he's a senator, right? Senator Palpatine at this point. So this is funny, right? Like they're like they haven't decided yet they're going to kill him. So the Jedi are like, yeah, we'll just drink this tea that could be poison or whatever. I guess they really feel safe right now. Boy, he's so confident. Kill them immediately. He's so confident that he can make the landing on Naboo illegal. That's so interesting. Oh man, I don't remember that they blew up the Jedi. I had no memory of that at all. I haven't watched these movies in quite some time. I remember the gas. I remember they have these rebreather things, right? Oh, no, they don't. They use those underwater. They just hold their breath for like a couple minutes. They must be dead, yeah. Well, if they're dead, if they must be dead by now, what are you going to destroy? That doesn't even make sense. Just like, destroy the... Are you going to shoot the dead bodies? None of that makes sense. Discount C-3PO just sort of wanders out. That's cool. So if I do this here... Yeah. Look at Liam Neeson. I mean, Qui-Gon Jinn. So great. Can I do all three of these at the same time? Maybe I can. Clearly, they've not encountered a Jedi Knight before because they would not think they surely must be dead by now after like a couple seconds in poison gas. Now, okay, here, coming up right now, coming up in just a few seconds here is probably one of my biggest problems with the continuity of Star Wars, and it's such a minor thing. And if you know what it is, you got to shout it out wherever you are right now. Shout out what is the big problem coming up right now, because they use a Jedi Force power that is seen right now, or in just a second here, and never seen again, even despite times that it would be enormously helpful during. So get ready. You're going to see Jedi Force speed for the one and only time in your life, I think. I can't imagine they bring this back, because it's like, it's a superpower if you have Force speed. Destroyers. Oh, first time we saw those. Oh man, they look so cool. And they have force fields. That Jedi force speed right there. Never seen again, despite all the times, even in this movie, that it would be really helpful. And I'll bring that up when it happens, but that's a real mystery. Oh yes, the old ventilation shaft. If I ever build a secret lair, I'm sure as heck not putting in giant ventilation shafts that that my opponents can sneak through and hide. I mean, I get it, Obi-Wan. Your little sense of humor is very funny. Now, wait, we gotta look real close. Spoiler alert if you've never seen this. Is that the real Queen Amidala? I can't tell with the face paint and makeup. I don't think it is. Nothing. Okay. 3 bones. So, some of the dialogue is it's so crushingly stiff. It's so just like crushingly stiff in some of these things, but as imaginative as George Lucas is, and I mean he created this universe, right? Like super brilliant and all that kind of stuff. Man, I wish he had brought in sort of second opinions on the dialogue writing here for some of these things, because the story beats themselves are not terrible, but the dialogue is rough. There's the man. Now he is centered from. He's one of the centers from Naboo, I believe, right? Yeah, he is. Okay, so I always get confused. Senator Palpatine is actually from Naboo, right? I think that's very interesting. Okay, now I am running out of bone block in Minecraft here, and I want to build this up. So before I run out, because I'm gonna have to AFK at some point later on over there and get some bones to refill. But I do want to come up with however I'm going to do this circle, because I want this to be a circle. I need some more blocks. Let's go get some more blocks. No, that is actually Queen Amidala. Okay, that actually was Natalie Portman, right? I think it was. Let's grab some. I think I have some blocks here. Yeah. Okay, let's just grab some blocks. I basically need to count here. So let's come up here in this town hall and make a circle. I want to make a circle right in this area. I want to make an outer circle and an inner circle. I think the inner circle here is probably okay, but I want the outer circle to kind of match. So I think the easiest way is going to be go 5 and then 3. So let's do that again. Let's go over here. It's going to be 5. I almost fell. Right there. And then 1, 2, and then 3. What do you think? Yeah, that looks pretty evenly spaced, I think. Yeah, but you've underestimated it already at least twice. Look at the, I mean, look at the special effects. These things have aged incredibly well. This movie's what? This movie's more than 20 years old, and it has aged really well. I mean, you can tell a little bit of green screen there, I guess, but it looks good. Jar Jar is still, I believe, a true amazing achievement. First fully CGI character, I believe, at least in a major movie. I mean, Jar Jar with the accent that a lot of people believe is racially insensitive and all that kind of stuff. I think that's probably, there's some validity there, but still, technically, just to have that character is quite an achievement. 3. I'm not gonna have enough. I think I'm only going to go up 7 blocks probably, and certainly I'm going to run out of blocks. But let's at least get the front, because getting the front is going to help tell me if this is the right look or not. Oops. Yeah. Excuse me. I use that with my kids at least 1,000,000 times, and they laugh at least 1,000,000 times. 100% of the time they laugh. Terrible. Yeah, what an amazing plot convenience that is. Okay, so looking. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that looks good. That's the perfect height. I don't have to redo that at all. That's perfect height. The only problem is I'm out of bone meal. I wonder if I have bone meal in any other kingdom. Shall we just take a little tour? We certainly have time. This movie has how long? More than 2 hours left. So yeah, we have time. Okay, let's take a little bit of a flight over here and see if I can dig up some bone meal anywhere else. Hopefully I do. I probably have bone meal in New Hope. I wouldn't be surprised at all if I do anyway. This is great. This is great. There, they had those things. They probably could have used those with the poison gas since they had them on them, right? I mean, they were on them because they haven't been back to their ship. Maybe they did. Maybe they just didn't show it. I'm a little bit of an apologist for these films, and at least primarily. Now, look, I will talk about one of my big problems with this movie on retrospect. You know, since time has gone by, is the problem with this movie. Look at the castle. Look at Frostmire Castle coming. I got to work on that at some point. One of the big problems with this film is that there's not a villain, and that seems kind of ridiculous. But if you really think about it, the Trade Federation is kind of the villain. Darth Maul's barely in it. I mean, The big fight, but he's not really like the villain. I mean, I don't know. Palpatine, kind of a villain, but again, seems very helpful. He's behind the scenes. There's just not a bad guy. And who's the good guy? Is it Anakin? Because he's a bystander for the most part in these films. Obi-Wan, again, bystander. Qui-Gon Jinn, I guess, is the hero who doesn't do much. So I don't know. I tell you what, if I could redo these movies and I were sort of the creative force behind them, I probably would have combined 1 and 2 into one film. So made maybe the first half young Anakin, second half older Anakin, and then split episode 3 into 2 films. So that way there's more time for his fall to the dark side to really happen. Does that make sense? Like, I think that would have been a much better film. You know what? I thought someone was, I paused there while I was talking because I thought someone was yelling at me, but it was a cat here in my 17. That's it. Where else might I have a ton of bone meal? Maybe in Gabor? Let's head over to Gabor and see if possibly, maybe, there's a little bit of bone meal there. I speaking of series, so I have been watching a ton of Dallas Mead and Python videos because they're like some of the few sort of, they're really great, but they're some of the few really sort of long-term survival, old school let's play sort of people, and I've really just been enjoying them, and they both have mansions in their base. Look at the CGI in that guy. It has really held up well. Awesome for something this old. Anyway, so I've been really thinking about it. I want to build a mansion. I was just talking to my Discord to my supporters about oh man, I so badly want to build a mansion and somewhere. I don't know where it should be. You have to leave me a comment down in this video where I should leave my build my mansion. Should I build it in okay, that's a decent amount of bone meal. Now I think the way this works is it would take 3 stacks of bones to make 1 stack of bone blocks. So that's like a little more than 2 stacks, right? I think. Any more? No. So that's pretty much it. So the next thing I have to do is I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and just AFK for like a day or something like that by my farm just to get enough of these pillars. But this will at least be enough to build the top circle where I can really focus on that and the copper. How does Qui-Gon know that they have something called a life debt in their culture? Ooh, look at this island. Oh man, I should build something on that island. That is a beautiful survival island idea. Look at that. Let's stop for a second. Oh, this is going to be a video. Look at this area. Oh, I just got an idea. Maybe next video after I finish this one from the survival world, maybe we'll do a survival island challenge. I've been wanting to do one of those because I keep seeing them, but I don't want to do it in a new world. I'd like to do it in sort of an existing world. Am I even going the right way right now? Yeah, I am. Close. I mean, come on. Look at the world building there. It looks so good. That underwater world with the way the sort of the membrane lets things go out but keeps the water in. I guess these guys are amphibious, right? The Gungans. The question is, if they are amphibious, why do they live in like oxygen bubbles? Why don't they just live in the water? I'd like to know more about look at this. I'd like to know more about Gungan culture and life. Did we ever find out why Jar Jar was actually banished? Maybe he just said and I wasn't really paying attention because I was talking. Do we ever find out why though? Does he ever admit? I know he says because he's like clumsy, right? And like it seems. Okay, yeah, just because he stumbled over things, right, or something like that. Banished for that? It seems a little intense. Oh, this is such a great city hall. I can't wait to see this thing finished. Look at that size of that fish. There's always a bigger fish. He's just a senator, right? And there's like a million senators. If you see the Senate, there's like so many. How could one senator bog down the entire Senate in procedures? I guess that's the point, right? They want to show how dysfunctional the Republic is. Yeah, no need to report that. I'm sure everything will be fine with the missing Jedi. It can't possibly mess everything up. Okay, I have been using these smooth stone slabs a lot to bring in like a little bit of the really lighter gray in this build, because I think that it just makes things pop a little bit. Like, well, the sun's not in an ideal place, but see how that lighter gray just makes it pop a little bit, but it's still right in the color area. I've been actually using this a lot more. I didn't use this for a couple years in my builds, but I've been using this a lot more. It's a really nice texture. Just looks nicely and finished and all that kind of stuff. The other option is like andesite, polished andesite, which looks very similar, but it's a lot harder to get. So I've been just making a ton of this stuff. Okay. So what we're going to do up here, now that area is done, is I'm going to actually go... I want to have... Let's see. I want to have... how are we going to do this? Because I want to kind of cap right here. I got to think it through. Okay, so we're definitely... no, I think I want to go on the outside of that, actually. I think I want to go here. And then... This is going to be kind of weird, but I don't think you'll see it. There's going to be a half block gap there, but I don't think... Yeah, you won't be able to see it from down there because it'll all be sort of covered. Because I'm also then going to come in here and come down here for the two block. So yeah, you won't be able to tell that these aren't actually connected at all, I don't think. If you can, we'll change it later, but... So you have to let me know down in the comments if you're still here. We're 21 minutes in the movie, 22 minutes into the recording. If you are still here, if you're actually doing this, if you're actually watching episode 1 along with me, you got to let me know in the comments. First, comments help a lot. And secondly, I want to know what anyone's feeling is, because I could just be watching this, honestly, just by myself. You know what I mean? I could just be watching episode 1 and just playing Minecraft by myself without really talking about it. But if this is something that you'd like to see on the second channel on Off the Record, then you'll have to let me know. I will base doing sort of the rest of the Star Wars series on the sort of comments and the interaction, all that kind of stuff. Because if no one gives a crap about this, then we'll just skip it, right? But if this is like, oh no, there's a fun way to play Minecraft and all that, play Minecraft, watch the movies, whatever, just hang out, then let me know. Because I'll tell you what, one of the reasons why I thought about doing this is because I have a really hard time. And I know I'm talking over like this whole movie. I guess that's the point though, right? If you just want to watch the movie without me, then just watch the movie without me. But if you want to, I have a really hard time just watching a movie, particularly one that I've seen before, without like, playing on my phone or whatever. And so I thought maybe doing two things at once here could actually be kind of fun. Maybe there's a few people out there other than me who, I knew that was going to happen. I have fallen so many times in this build already. A few more people out there like me who have a hard time doing just one thing. And so I thought, this might be a fun way to sort of do that. And so let me know. Anyway, long stories, like long way to say, leave me a comment. Okay, so they're hiding around Naboo. Again, second time that we've seen them hiding up in a balcony, getting ready to jump down. And look at that double kick. Look at that double kick. Took out metal droids with just a simple double kick. Anyone ever tried to do a standing jumping kick like that? You don't get a lot of power behind it. Kind of like to know, it must be a force kick, because I don't think that's going to hurt metal droids that much. I swear to you, I was holding shift on that fall. I swear I was. So wait, who's he want to contact? He wants to contact the Jedi Council or the Senate? Okay, so that is not her. Senator Palpatine needs your help. Mm-hmm. Now, was that a secret code that actually Padme was telling the like the deception clone? Was she telling her like some sort of secret, like maybe that was an embedded code, like, no, yeah, we want to follow them, or no, we don't. I mean, she had to communicate, right? I mean, the decoy can't be making actual decisions, I assume. I was watching a behind the scenes thing before recording this video. And one of the things I saw that I thought was really interesting was George Lucas was in doing Obi-Wan Kenobi's hair. And I think it was, or maybe it was Anakin. Regardless, it was someone's hair. And he said, yeah, the trick is to make it look a little bit different. There, another double kick, another jumping double kick that took out metal droids. Amazing. And one of the things he said was, yeah, you got to make it look different, but not too different. Like, not Earth-like, but not, not exactly the same. I thought that was a really interesting view on world building. Because, this is it's obviously Star Wars is a very human, Earth-like sort of world in a lot of ways, but everything's just a little bit different. I think that's really an interesting thought. Boy, that ship did not fit in that hangar by much, and also the choice of having a really high, like, perfect looking chrome ship for this was really brilliant, given how used up everything looked by episode 4 after, 25 years of the Empire, sort of looming over everything. I thought that was really cool. I'm a little curious how blockades work in Star Wars. Do they have like gravity wells that stop the hyperdrive? I think so, right? Because otherwise, why don't you just go around it? Like, there's no way that any force could have enough ships to actually go completely around the planet, right? That would just be so enormous. Take like hundreds of thousands of ships. First appearance by R2-D2, I think. Love it. Love it. R2-D2 can do it. He looks pretty beat up. He looks a little worn. I think that's surprising. I'm surprised they didn't make him like sort of looking brand new. That little droid did it. Right? Yeah, see? I remember some of the lines. Oh, it's just great. I mean, just so good. So good. Not totally sure how R2-D2 has gravity outside the ship there. It must have sort of magnetic wheels. So great. So great. So great. Like, such a great excuse to get to Tatooine. That's really, I think, pretty good writing. Like, they didn't go there looking for like the chosen one or anything like that. They need to fix their ship. Now, there's a lot of contrivances coming soon, but I think that one works. Oh, okay. First appearance. So good. So good. Such a great first appearance. There's a lot of logistics that are curious about that. Like, was Darth Maul standing just out of range of the holo recorder there thing? And then like just wait, like Palpatine's like, okay, listen, I'm gonna call. Like, imagine the conversation before, right? Okay, listen, I'm going to call these guys, and want you stand over there, and then right when I say something about the Sith, that's when you step forward and look loomingly at them, right? I mean, like, what are the logistics of that exactly? Okay, we are going to finish this side. I don't have enough bone blocks to do much more than this, so we're going to finish at least this little bit, and then move on with some of the detailing and the roof, I think, because I can't finish the bone block, but at least if we finish this sort of I don't know what you call it, like extension or tower or something like that, then whenever I come back to work on the back, then we can always do that. Boy, Qui-Gon Jinn is either playing along with the fake Queen Amidala or because there's some real questions coming up, right? First, Queen Amidala, she's the queen. Everyone knows the queen's name, right? I mean, everyone knows like the president of the United States' name, right? So even if, I mean, everyone knows the first name, right? So there's some real questions up here when she introduced herself as the handmaiden Padme, and her real name is Padme. First, terrible idea. Give out your real name if you're in like disguise. And secondly, how do they not know? How do they not know? Like, what are the odds of the handmaiden having the same name? Hey, do you have any darn it. All I need from these guys is I need those spinny. What are those things that make conduits? They're called something. I can't remember what they're called. That's all I need from this guy because I only have like 4, and I think I need 8. Whatever those things are called. Every single Wonder Trader that spawns, I look and see if they have any in. They do not. Oh, this is looking good. Okay, let's slap the dome on. What kind of disturbance in the Force does he feel? That's interesting. Like, he says feels a disturbance. Is it just because Darth Maul, like, has appeared on camera? Like, what disturbance did he just feel in the Force, right? That's weird. Okay, he knows. He's in on it. Look how he's looking. He's like, this is a stupid, dangerous ploy. Now, see, I think what they should have been Padme actually as the queen making the policy decisions, because she would have had, when she was on Naboo, there was no reason for her to have a decoy. So she could have been real and then changed it out there. Without the face paint, I don't think most people would have seen it. I know they wanted to keep this for the big reveal, but... Also, why isn't Obi-Wan with them right now? He is the future of this 3-episode series, right? So like he should be with them. He should be showing his personality, maybe showing how he's not quite ready for the trials or whatever, you know? I mean, he should be a major factor during this time. He should be like with them saying right from the beginning, Qui-Gon, I don't think taking this boy is a good idea or something like that to sort of show his unwillingness to train Anakin. I think that's kind of a mistake. But the world building here is great. Watto's a little hard to take. Okay. So I think I have some copper here. I have a little bit there. There he is. Oh man. This poor guy, I forget his name offhand without looking it up. He took so much heat for like acting and stuff like that, and really unfairly. Really unfairly. However, it is stiff. It is really stiff. It's really bad. You know, it's mostly the writing that's bad. Oh, this is where the dialogue is really rough, guys. Oh, it's hard. It's hard to take. It's really bad dialogue. Oh, it's really bad dialogue. Oh, it hurts. Oof. Really on the nose. All my life, you're 5. That's 2 years ago. So you've only been a pilot for 2 years. Ugh. Okay, so I'm building up this dome. Trying to figure out exactly how big I want it to be. So we're going to go 4 up and then in. Like this. And then we'll go 3 up and then in. 2 up and then in. So that's just 1. Then we'll just come in here. Let's do 2 1s. That seems ridiculous. Is there nowhere that will take credits? I do love the Jedi mind trick doesn't work because I think. Great. Very funny. Because, we expected, since seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi, we thought, oh, that Jedi mind trick will work for sure on anybody, right? And it's a great choice that they made to have it not work. And, because Obi-Wan was clear whenever he was telling Luke back in episode 4, oh, this works on the weak-minded. It's cool that they showed someone who's maybe not weak-minded. This terrible person. Terrible creature. Oh, Jar Jar. Tough to take. Oh, okay, my shift button is not working. Why? I know I was holding it. It's so weird. Okay, where are we at here? So this is 2. I got to do one more 1. Oops, lost it. And then this one should come 2 in. Yippee! Oh man, they wrote that in a script. Someone wrote say yippee in a script, and they were like, cool, because that's something that kids say, like unscripted. They just say yippee. I mean, come on, man. Mm-hmm. Oh man, dude. Okay, my keyboard's broken. There's no way that I wasn't on a shift there. It's so annoying. Okay, so that's 2. This is one of the 1s. Sorry, I'm just counting out loud. I know that's not very fun if you're watching Minecraft, but okay, let's go here. 2, and then there's 3. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more, and then I want to go check the dome. I feel really good about it from down here, having not looked at it yet. But gotta check. There's a deleted scene from this part or close to it where you see young Greedo that says like, "You better watch it. You're gonna get yourself in trouble," or something like that. Like Greedo. It basically, I mean, it's so on the nose, it's just a little too much. I'm glad they took it out, but it is a fun deleted scene. It's great. Why? It's weird. If you weren't a slave, I'd squash you right now. But he would squash him right now if he were not a slave? It's weird. Perfect. 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 Okay, let's go. So now this should be pretty easy. Just gonna sort of. Oh, you know what I could do is I could get rid of the. Get rid of like the side blocks here, because then when you're looking up, you're not gonna see them overhanging for nothing. Why don't you use my silk touch? There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay, seriously, how old is this kid? Because I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old in real life here, and I'm pretty sure that is just not how they would talk. Not even a little bit. So I don't know. I don't know exactly. I don't remember how old Anakin is at this moment, but I just feel like that is not a good representation of how that age talks in particular, to be honest. Okay, so we're going here. And over here, we're just going to do 1 and then bring this in just a little bit. What? 1? Well, yeah, 2, right? Yeah. Okay. So we'll just go 2 all the way across to make this dome. Because the hardest thing when you're doing these domes in segments like this is keeping everything the same on all sides as you build it up. They're not hard to build up. This sort of dome technique that I use quite frequently, but it can get absolutely it can get absolutely off center if you're not really consistent with how you sort of do it. So we'll just go 1 here. So I always do it in levels, all the way around. That way I know exactly like what the counts are, and rather than just do all of one side, because then I'll inevitably forget how many blocks go in each one. C3PO. And he gets left behind, right? Doesn't he? I'm pretty sure C3PO gets left behind here, like when they all leave, which is weird that he ever appears in the shows again. Like, what are the odds of that? He didn't know. He didn't know, like, he didn't have, like, an outer casing. It's funny. So that was a trick, I guess. I kind of vaguely remember that. Interesting. So then we'll come up here like this. Just 2 up on all of these. Huh. So, okay, so the Jedi have no idea the Sith are back, right? And it's been like, what, 1,000 years or something, right? According to the lore? I think they say later it's been 1,000 years since there was a Sith. So, what was Darth Plagueis doing for 1,000 years? Interesting. That's quite a jump, Qui-Gon, but okay. Funny, good. I mean, that was just Liam Neeson, right? Like, that was definitely just Liam Neeson. That had nothing to do with, like, the actor or the script. He was like, stop it right now. Oh, man. That's dark. That's a dark turn of the conversation. So why not? That's a great, like, why not? Why not free at least the ones that you've met, right? Like, I don't understand why they're so opposed to freeing a few slaves. I mean, I know you don't want to be there for like weeks or months or years, but like, man, you could just free a couple. That'd be good, right? Free a couple. Take a couple with, and I know he eventually does, but like, he frees one, but like, it just gives in so easily to this. Moolah. Yeah, isn't that how you became a slave, right? How does he know that? Okay, but let's say he knows. He works in a junk shop. Maybe he knows. Okay, we'll give it a pass. This just seems so insane. So she's going to let her son risk his life in a pod race for these strangers to get a part for their ship. Because freedom is not on the table right now. Like Qui-Gon even said, I'm not here to free the slaves. Like, nope, the answer is a hard no. And yet, oh, look at this. Look at this build. That's just such an extreme leap of faith. Like, it's such an extreme leap. She's like, it's like, no, no, absolutely not. Okay. Okay, why not? You know what I need here? I think I need one. I think I need just a few copper slabs. See, does he know the way he looked at her? He knows, right? The way he looked at her right there, the queen. Yeah, see, he knows, right? He's like calling, like, do you want to say anything there, queen? And also, Qui-Gon totally cheats here. Mostly. Okay, let's go here. I'm going to have to do something like... I'm going to have to fill these in. Huh? Oh, see? How are we going to do this? We have to go... So I want this like... So talking about Minecraft for a second. I want to show this white area, but unfortunately, because of the slab nature of this roof, I don't know if that's going to make it worse. Hopefully it's inset enough you can just see it, but it's not. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. I can live with that. So let's do all the roofs like that. Just to bring in some of the white, just so it's not so gray. All right, so we'll go right along here. We'll fill in these. And then this one has to be, right? Am I doing this right? Yeah. Let's see, there. There. Why is it too dangerous to call for help again? Just because they'll get tracked? But like, man, doesn't the whole Republic have... I mean, is there no, like, emergency communication type of situation at all? Okay. Ugh, man. Oh, man, do I have a torch? I do have a torch, okay. Okay, let's take a look at this. See how it looks. Yeah, it looks okay. It's a little blocky with that, but yeah, I can't do much about that. Okay, that's fine. All right, so where are we going next? I have this. I mean, this looks really good. I do want the inside of this to not be. Yeah, I want the inside of this to not just be completely open to the air. So. Let's go grab some blocks. That's the virgin birth, right? Area that they just talked about. Like, I kind of wish I don't love that. I don't love that incredibly sort of very I don't know, like a ham-handed excuse for like sort of a Christ analogy. I think it's just it's a little strong, honestly, personally, but I get it. You know, I get it. I get what they're doing, but. Okay, get rid of these. Jerk kids, man. Okay. All right, let's go up here. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to fill in the top of this little area. Kind of like this. Let's see. What about your tongue? Yeah, there you go. Oh, shoot. Okay, there we go. Forgot the old... Is this too much? let's go all the way across this here. I don't want it to be too close. Okay. Yeah, I want there to be a little bit of a walkway between the inner sort of area and these rings. So they do want some light to get through. So let's go around something like this. Should keep the circle, right? And then, yeah. C-3PO's back. Okay. Oh, man. Jar Jar, by the way, I've been playing. If you don't know, I assume if you're over on this channel, you probably do know. But I have a third channel called Fix412 Games, and on that channel, I have been playing the Lego Star Wars games recently, and really, really, really enjoying it. I gotta say, Jar Jar is much funnier in the Lego Star Wars games than he is in the actual movies. So is Shmi, is her deal that she's just like worried? Is that kind of her deal right now? Like she's worried about Anakin doing this? I guess so, right? Oh, darn it. I swear to you, the shift key on my keyboard is just not working. It's really frustrating right now. I am holding it down, and I just keep falling. It must be... I may have to get a new keyboard, because it must just be intermittently working. This was very controversial when this part came out, because they talk about the midichlorians. First time the Force has ever been sort of tactile, right? Yeah, people did not like this part at all. They thought the Force should be more mystical, more sort of like less... No Jedi has as many midichlorians as Anakin has. Interesting. Yeah, I like that they've, other than this movie, they've really gone away from that. And even the shows, I mean, I know the Mando talks about it a little, they've talked about it a few other times, but for the most part, they've really kind of like push that into not. I just, you know, especially with the more recent focus that everyone has a connection to the Force, like anyone could be, just some people it's a little easier for, that kind of stuff. I think that it's a smart move to sort of pretend like the midichlorian thing didn't really happen. I think that's probably the slightly smarter way. We're going to go up one more level here. And I think what I'm actually going to do, yeah, let's go up one more. Oh, it's going to kind of be hard to get to after I do this, but let's do one more, and then let's just do a ring of lights all around here, sort of like hidden up here. I think that would be actually nice, and let the light sort of shine down, especially at night, especially with shaders on. All right. Let's go get some, I don't know, glowstone, or it could be anything. Frog lights, something. Whatever I have sitting around. Doesn't matter, because you're not going to see them, but I think it's going to make a nice glow up. Oh, look how good that looks. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, look at it! It's starting to come together. Starting to really love it. Where's my lights? Over here. Yeah, let's use this. Let's use the frog lights. Why not? I have infinite supply of frog lights, and although I have infinite supply of sea lanterns too. This is gonna hurt. Okay. Oh, hurt and didn't even get up there. Oh, boo. Boo for me. I don't want to do it again. I want to die. What do you think? Good. There you go. Okay. I gotta get my health back before I do that again. Oh, again. Again! Didn't make it. I'm just falling through the hole. I guess I'm going to have to do this the painful way. Okay, well. Such a noob. Okay, fine. There we go. Now, we'll just put these here. Why would Qui-Gon agree? Now, I know he's going to cheat, right? I know he's going to cheat on the chance cube, but, like, why would he agree to that? He doesn't want the mother. The mother does nothing to help them. Obviously, he cheated on it, but, like, I guess I guess the tie-in is that Smee said everything revolves around gambling in this planet, right? So I guess that's sort of the reason why, like, even making decisions would just be kind of about gambling, but still. All right, let's go see how this looks at night. Yeah, okay. Oh, you can see it from down. Wait, can you see it or the brick? Oh, that's just bricks. Cool. Okay. All right. So now that this part is basically done, it's time to start thinking about how we're going to get into making the windows and all that kind of stuff, and also the platform of how you're actually going to get in. So let's see what we want to do here. Let's start with. Let's go sleep and then start with the sort of the main entranceway, like the stairs. By the way, if you don't know what I'm building here, I'm building the City Hall based on the San Francisco City Hall that actually sort of is a real thing, real place. So I have a bunch of pictures up here on another window where I can kind of look at it and sort of scale the whole thing, kind of like, I'm not trying to recreate it like one-to-one or anything like that. I'm just sort of, making something that looks kind of similar. So the way you're going to get in is you're actually going to go up through this big open walkway here. That's going to be awesome. And then we're going to have a platform that comes right about... Oh, really? Weak Minecraft skills. Okay. We're going to have a platform that's going to go right about here. Oops. Oh, oh man, she could have killed me. I thought it was just burning because I heard the sound. I wasn't really looking. I didn't realize I was poisoned fighting a witch. Fighting my life. I just stood there. Okay, so we're going to go right about... I don't know how big I want this entryway to be. How long is this going to last for, honestly? 10 more seconds. Jeez. We'll make sure I don't fight anything else while I'm waiting for this to end. I don't know. What do we think about maybe here? Yeah. Maybe that might be a little far. Let's go here. Okay, and then this is going to come up the same way, same exact... You know what, guys? I'm really sorry, but... Okay, I need your leads. Okay, all right. Sorry to do that on camera. Usually I hide it. Usually I hide the murder. Come out this way. And how far are we going? About... What, here? Yeah, cool. These announcers, a little hard to take. I mean, at first they're fine, but then when the race starts and they really get into doing the whole, baseball, football announcing sort of thing, it's a little much. But, okay, it's, kids are supposed to think it's funny and cute and whatever, and, it's okay. There should be a place for humor for all ages in Star Wars. Okay, I was holding shift again. My shift button is broken on my keyboard, and it is really frustrating. It works most of the time, but then sometimes it just releases. Because I've actually been holding it with 2 fingers here just to make sure I'm pressing it down, and it is just popping back. It's not popping back up. It's just it's like the computer, the interface thinks it's done. So I'm gonna have to order a new keyboard, and boo for that. Not that I have very expensive keyboards. I buy pretty cheap keyboards, honestly. Okay. Now we're going to come across here because I think these are going to be the stairs. You know what, actually? We're going to do it down here. Okay. I don't need to have this here because these are going to be stairs, but I don't mind wasting some blocks. It takes such little time to get a few stacks of blocks. I find that I don't mind sort of using them for even just marking stuff and just leaving them forever. I don't try to salvage every block. It's actually slower to salvage the blocks back than is to just grind them whenever I'm in. See, it just happened again. I was holding my key. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, it's slower to reclaim those blocks than it is to just farm some more around my beacons. And hey, look, it's Jabba, right? Looks really good. Really fluid hands, whole thing. Cool. Now, I'm going to make these stairs. A lot of times I do slabs, but I think what I'll do is I'm going to go stair, skip one, just so the stairs last a little bit longer instead of slabs. Instead of an even slope, we'll do block, then stair, the block, then stair. Again, does he know? I think he does. I'm trying to like punch my shift button into submission into stop coming up because it just did again. The only reason I didn't follow is because I wasn't not hovering over the edge. I am going to want to light this area up a little bit before I go all in on finishing this. So let's go light this up. You might be wondering why I'm wearing jack-o'-lantern. I just wear a jack-o'-lantern all the time now because I always forget to change it out whenever I'm in the end. Let's go change out my head too. All right, I think do I keep it in here? Yeah, I do. Okay, yeah, here. Nautilus shells. I have 5 Nautilus shells. I need at least 3 more. So I need to freaking get some Nautilus shells at some point here. And I got some leads. I may as well just drop off here. Is it here? Yeah. Leather, leads. What, spider eyes? I don't know why I have so many spider eyes. I keep them all because I'm a bit of a hoarder. Redstone. Holy cow, this is loud in my ears. Pod races are so much louder than the dialogue. Okay. All right. I need lights. Let's see. Is that enough? That's probably enough. Let's take a look at these stairs. Yeah, they're good. They're good. Good height, good width. Yeah, whole thing. Perfect. Just what I was thinking. This whole area between the road and over there is all going to be paved with like landscaping and stuff. So it's going to be a really nice, big, dramatic walk up to this place. Because other than that, I want to really pack in the buildings. Like on the other side of the road, these are all going to be buildings around here. But in front of the what do you call this? In front of the City Hall, I couldn't think of the name. In front of the City Hall is going to be all just really nicely terraformed area. So let's come down here and just throw some of these down. No, I don't need a lot, but enough that this doesn't turn into just a giant mob farm. Turn back, shuffle. If you don't know about the shuffle mod, I talk about it quite a bit in my videos. Shuffle mod is absolutely amazing and made by Trixon, who's a friend of the channel, and we've done some stuff together, and it's just a really great mod for those things like this where you want to texture it slightly. You just don't want to use all smooth stone, but you don't need to like do a gradient or anything like that. It's like the perfect mod to just make life faster and easier. And it's just a client-side fabric mod. You can just jam right in your folder and go about your day. I assume that most people who play vanilla Minecraft probably use Fabric Loader these days. It's kind of the way to play, given how bad sort of vanilla performance can be. Though, I was watching Waddle's video. I know I'm just ignoring this pod race completely here. But though, I did hear that performance is going to be improved quite a bit with a new lighting engine. So hopefully... It just happened again? Man, it's so annoying. I mean, I've been playing Minecraft for a long time. I know how to hold shift down for like several hours at a time. You know, like everyone who's done big survival builds in Minecraft knows how to hold the shift button down. So it's definitely like the keyboard is messing up here. Let's see, fill in those. Yeah, and by the way, how Shuffle mod works is it just selects from available placing blocks or torches or anything that you can place in the world in your inventory. So I want like this to be like a 2-to-1 ratio. So that's why I have 2 stone and 1 stone brick, which works really well. Look at that droid just getting crushed. And I love, by the way, I love in Mandalorian how these droids appear. I just think that's super cool. It's just great. It's just great to see. I love seeing prequel stuff and you know, I love seeing like tie-ins to the movie in series, but not direct. Like I don't need to see necessarily Luke Skywalker, but I love seeing like little things like, hey, that's a Naboo starfighter, right, from episode 1. That's cool. That's cool to see. See, it's like, I like that. I like that world building. It's like, oh yeah, guys sell treats here, just like baseball vendors do here, but instead of peanuts, it's like dead rabbits or whatever it is, you know? Man, when this came out, this pod racing thing was one of the most amazing things that anyone had ever seen. It was just so incredible and looked so freaking real. And to imagine that all took place within like computers is so amazing to even now to even think about. It's such an achievement. Okay, so there we go. Now we got the stairs. Let's talk about how are we going to get inside this place. Well, This is this is in the middle. So we're going to have middle doors for sure, right? So we'll go, let's go 4 tall, because I want it to be taller than a normal door. City Hall doors are huge, right? Like they're not subtle. And then let's see, if we go 1, 2, skip 1, like that. I may need to skip 1, 2, 3. Let's see. Maybe I'll skip 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. These doors could be smaller, or they'll have to be off-centered. So I think probably this makes the most sense. Let's come in like this. We're going to do 3 big doors. So we'll skip 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, and then come over here like this. Just cut our way in. And this will be the main doors to the lower entrance to City Hall. And then we're going to have a big spiral sort of staircase that go up to all the offices and all that kind of stuff. Look at the size of this place. This is just awesome. It's just awesome to see so far. So good. And then we'll do a lot more decorating and stuff like this. This is all just roughed in for now. Now, next thing I want to address is I probably want to look at maybe some windows for the lower level. And the lower level is going to be like records and stuff like that down here in the lower level. So I don't need really nice windows down there. We could use bars. The nicer windows will be up here and then up there. Geez, that is a huge pod racing wreck. What universe you're from? What does that even mean? What universe you're from? Why wouldn't they say what galaxy you're from or what system you're from or something? There's so many questions about this. Okay. Like here's a question. So why when Obi-Wan Kenobi was in hiding, he was in hiding in Tatooine, right? He was wearing those robes, which at the time that we had the original trilogy, we didn't see Jedi. We only saw Obi-Wan Kenobi. So maybe he was just wearing robes that fit in on Tatooine, right? I assumed. Then when they make these movies, all the Jedi dress like that. That doesn't make sense at all. Like, if Obi-Wan Kenobi was in hiding, why would he literally wear his Jedi uniform? It just seems so ridiculous. I mean, he was in hiding, and he was in hiding for a good reason. He wasn't just hiding for his own safety, right? He was in hiding specifically to protect Luke, right? So that's just weird. Like, that's just weird choice. These don't belong there. This is where I keep my my pavement. Okay, so let's see. What are we going to do next? I guess I'm going to have to go into some windows, I guess. And that's going to be... Down here it's going to be easy. Up there it's going to be a little confusing because I do want to use walls. So I'm going to have to be really smart about how I do the windows over there. I got to really think this through. Look at that pod racing. Something came loose. Everyone who's played any pod racing games like Lego or any other pod racing game, you know that your ship always breaks. Your pod racer always breaks. You got to fix it on the fly. It's great. Okay, so what are we going to do next? I like this a lot. This looks so good. We could do stairs. Let's do stairs. We're just going to mixture of stone and same mixture that we did before. I probably have enough actually. Okay, let's go do the stairs, and then we'll start to figure out the windows. I'm putting off the windows because I don't want to mess it up. I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go here because I want to do windows in between all these pillars. I'll tell you what, though. I'm thinking about maybe getting rid of this pillar and these 2 pillars. Maybe having less pillars in the front. Maybe. I just feel like maybe it's a little bit too much. Maybe only having, but that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks between. And if you go, also 5 blocks between. I think I'm going to get rid of those pillars. Yeah, I think so. But let's do the stairs first. There we go. I like that first-person perspective view of the pod race, too. It looks really cool. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't really intend this. I'm going to have to level up the ground at some point, I guess. I I don't really love leveling ground these days that much, but I think I'm going to have to in this particular case. There we go. Yeah, this is nice. I'm glad I did this. This is the way to go. Should I go? Should I do something like this? And then not doors and leave it just open all the time? I kind of feel like it would have doors, but you know what? We'll put the doors back a level. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of an arch here. And I think that's going to work. Actually, this stone brick really doesn't work. Let's just use the regular stone. Because these are all, I didn't use a mixture here. I used all just full out stone. So yeah. He did it. He won. Who saw that coming? What a shock. Crowds are going nuts. Okay, so let's do some windows. I'm going to do a different window down here than I'm going to do up in the top. I want to do one of the variations that I have with bars or something. Like maybe that's white. Let's do white. Let's do white windows, and there's a chance I don't have any glass. That's a distinct possibility. Okay, all right. So let's go up here. We'll do some of this and drop all this stuff down here. So he's free. Did he bring hope to... I mean, because no one knew that his freedom was on the line, right? So who did he bring hope to who had none? Just the people who didn't think a human could win a pod race, maybe? Seems overstated a bit. He didn't lose everything. He just lost some parts to a ship and a 5-year-old slave. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand Watto's total dejection there. Maybe he actually really liked Anakin. I don't know. This seems a little weird. Okay, where are we at? We're looking for glass. Oh yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi's in this movie. I literally forgot. There we go. Oh, I could use these. I could use gray instead of white. Let's use that. Let's use this gray because it kind of looks like grates, but I think that's better for like a ground floor level, right? So we're gonna we'll do we'll do all panes because it's gonna save some money. And this I'm just gonna cut in. Oh, good string. Now, according to the pictures that I can find of this actual city hall, the windows are evenly placed between the lower level and the upper level. So I don't want to have too many windows. So we're going to go 1, 2. How big do we want to go? 3 or 2? Let me see. And then let's go up here and see, because I'm going to go ahead and place these, even though this is going to look terrible because they're panes. I'm going to have to figure out what to do exactly about that. I think I don't know. Yeah, this is going to be rough. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do to make this work at all is I'm going to have to... how am I even going to place this block? Oh, this is going to be such a pain. This is going to be so painful to place. Oh, no. This is going to suck. So I'm going to have to place these like this. And then, then what? Then, because that's going to make a hole. What, full block? Which I do not have. Okay. Like this? Is that what we have to do to make this work? Oh, that seems terrible. Let's see. Oh, that's not even the right block, too. What future's here? Just free her, Qui-Gon. You're a Jedi. You're a soul. You're one with the light and all that kind of stuff. I'll tell you what I don't know. I have another. No, there is another option here. So, let's see. If we made these only one block, I have to get this. I have to get these blocks because I don't have enough materials. Okay, so if we made these only maybe 1 block or 2 blocks tall, then I think, yeah. So let's take out this one. Okay, and then what we'll do is, I don't know. I don't. Maybe I could make them 2 blocks thick. That'd be a lot of materials, but I think that might be the only way to pull this off. Is just cut the holes in the wall, because I want them to be 3 blocks thick. And the reason why is because I'm going to use a technique that I saw someone else do, which I found really interesting, where they sort of made it look like shutters are on some of them in different heights, and I want to do that. So to do that, I'm going to need them to be at least 3 blocks tall. Down here, what I could do is down here could actually be 2 blocks tall, and I think that's going to be the better way to go. Now the question I have is, though, is this the same height as over there? So let's go check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go around and check and see the other side. See if it's also 4 blocks. As long as it's even, then I can... Let's see. Yeah, it is. So, okay, it's the same height. So I could do two size windows there, 3 size windows over there, and then I'm going to have to double them. I mean, I have to double the depth. I'll have to. Such a mystery to why the Jedi were like down with this. It's just such a mystery. You know, I might actually make this 4 up there. 4 blocks tall. Maybe if I can jump. Let's see. Yeah, let's do it 4 blocks tall. Let's just go all in. Make these down here 2. Up there 4. Now the other question is I want to evenly space these out. So let's go 3, so something like this, and then let's see here. We'll go now where it starts right here, right? Like this and like that. Cool. Oh, Darth Maul's on Tatooine. How do you track them again? I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention to remember. But yeah, man, Darth Maul's little speeder is so cool. So cool. I mean, Darth Maul is such an incredible, like whoever the concept artist who came up with his look, just incredible, absolutely incredible. I guess he sensed it, right? But because he pulled out that lightsaber immediately, he must have sensed that there was going to be a lightsaber battle. And also, if a Sith hasn't been seen in 1,000 years, which is what I believe to be the case, then why are the Jedi so incredibly trained at lightsaber duels? If there hasn't been a Sith in 10,000 years, or 1,000 years rather, they probably would at some point over that 1,000 years they would relax their training, right? I mean, surely. This is gonna be a pain, but it's gonna be really cool. Now, if I skip 3, okay, I can do one here. Okay, as long as I'm not right up against the wall. The Jedi arts. So bizarre that they're just meeting right now for the first time. It's so bizarre. It's such a weird decision to not have Obi-Wan go into the planet with them, like to sideline him for the bulk of this movie. It's so weird. He's a main character. It's so weird. Yeah, that works. I don't mind. I thought I would maybe mind that it doesn't line up with the pillars above, but I do not care at all. Oh, okay, it's a fight. Okay. Okay, there's a lot. Let's just go. There's a lot there. There are so many creepers out here. So many. Okay. Because I can't sleep without killing them. So let's sleep. Oh, okay. I see. I see. You want to fight. Okay. Okay. That's okay. We'll go this way. No problem. Seriously. Baby zombie of all things. Okay. All right. Let's go over here and figure out. Now, I just want to make sure. What I skipped 2 blocks on the inside. Okay. And then we'd come up here. I think, right? Oh, man. I hope I'm right. Now, does she have that in the later movies? Surely no, right? Because why would you keep something like that for years and years and years, not knowing that that's going to eventually be your husband? Look, I know I know that there's a big, there's an age gap between them, all that kind of stuff, but it's kind of weird seeing her interact with him as like a tiny little boy, knowing that later they're going to get married. It's kind of weird. I know I'm not the first person who pointed that out, but it's just, this is why this movie should have been split up into 2, right? Not even have that bit. Not even have the bit at all. Like, have a better enemy, split this movie into 2, and then have them really start to meet whenever he's like already, like a teenager, and then it's a little bit more less creepy, maybe. Look at Coruscant. This is so cool. The traffic is so insane. It's so insane. I mean, I guess it's a city planet, right? So it's going to be. All right, so there we are. We're good. Now we got to put at least some of these grates in here before we figure out. Am I going to do windows over on the tower? I guess I will. I mean, office buildings like this have a ton of windows, right? I tend to be a windowaholic. I know that. I realize that's one of my Minecraft faults, but I guess we're going to have to, right? So let's try 2. Yeah, it's fine. It fits perfectly as far as like a 3 wide gap here and all that kind of stuff. So let's do the exact same thing here just to make it look like it belongs. Okay, fine. Fine, didn't mean to fall. Okay, yeah, I think it's going to look really nice. The only question that I'm really going to have, I'm going to have to make this deep windows up in the top, and that's all right. That'll be, because there's going to be a floor between them, so you're not really going to notice. Yeah, okay, that works. It's cool. Let's go over and do the same thing on the other side. Let's see. We did 2 in, right? 2 in here, and then. So now, Qui-Gon, this is another kind of weird part. I get this part though. It's a little confusing about how he already has a Padawan, and he's going to take another one, which is bizarre. But I guess you can take another one even before your first one passes the trials. Looks good. Okay, cool. Next, I'm going to get rid of a couple of those pillars because I just don't like them. And I'll recover some of my bone blocks, which is going to be really nice, too. It's going to be a little bit of a pain where I have to take both of them out at the same time. Why does he want that? Like he wants. I don't know. Like, what's his play here? Does he just want to be chancellor? I mean, yeah, that's the play, right? But like, why does accepting Federation rule? I guess he's maneuvering her into making him supreme chancellor, I guess. But it seems like a roundabout way to do it. So, yeah. What does that mean? This prophecy, all kinds of problems. I wish it wasn't even part of Star Wars. Huh. Better? Yeah, I think better. It's a little plain here, but there's going to be windows going up here, right? So I think it'll be okay. Now, I do want to use walls in the windows there. The next part, however, is kind of a drag because I need floors, and I'm going to use wood floors. So we are going to have to cut down some spruce trees because, in today, if you're playing Minecraft, you got to cut down spruce trees. That's just how the game works. I mean, if you're a builder, you know that you feel the pain, Okay. Okay. I am keeping all this armor that I get. I always keep it all because I may eventually find a place to display it. And I think it'd be cool to have all the armor that I display in this world, armor they actually took from defeated mobs rather than just armor that I make myself. I just thought that'd be fun. Okay, yeah, so Palpatine is the senator from Naboo. Interesting. So does that mean he was the king of Naboo before? Could be. Oh, I have a lot of spruce. It might be okay for a bit. Okay, now she is going to raise a vote of no confidence in him, right? Like she kind of starts this whole horrible thing in motion. Okay, I do need. I need torches badly, so. Okay, I'm going to keep these. So he's maneuvering her, obviously, right? He's maneuvering her into making a decision. Huh. Look at that. So she did it. Vote of no confidence. I gotta tell you, I was gonna do spruce down here, and I still may, but I feel like this is supposed to be grand. right? And yeah, so wait a second. So how does he get? So what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking that we should use some. Maybe we should use stone down here, spruce up on top. I just feel like this is not going to be grand enough. So if I'm going to do that, I probably am going to want to do some sort of like a design or something, and I probably going to want to use smooth andesite. I think, or polished andesite rather. I mean, I'd like to use quartz, but there's just no way. There's just 0% chance. What's my quartz situation? Yeah, it's not great. It would look really good, though. Should I do quartz? Oh, should I do quartz? I'm really thinking about it. I'm thinking maybe I should do quartz now, even though that's going to be so painful. We're going to have to go harvest a ton of it. Now, I could use block of quartz, not the quartz bricks or the pillar. And I could use this to make slabs. That would be like, I'd get double as much. I'm going to need all of it. Oh, boy. Yeah, this might be the way to go. We're going to use all slabs. Let's sleep and try it. I think it's just going to reflect, like, with the lights so much better. And I feel like, a really expensive big city hall, it's got to be quartz. It has to be quartz. Good. Oh, I was trying to save my one of those what do you call those lines that like Schwarzenegger always says before he takes someone out? It's like a catchphrase or something, and then I missed. He moved. Does Jar Jar nominate him? Is that what happens on this? I should have watched this before watching this, I guess, so I could remember some of it. Okay, yeah, this is going to be way better. It's so expensive. It's going to be so expensive. I hate how expensive this is going to be, but... By who? They didn't show it. I'm surprised to be sure. Yeah, so he maneuvers someone in. Someone's on his payroll or whatever. Maybe he mind controlled someone. He doesn't want this, right? So this is actually going against what he wants. Yeah. Maybe he does want it. Oh, so stiff. The dialogue's so stiff. Yeah, he's not smiling at all. I think if he wanted that to happen, I think he would have maybe had a little bit of a smile, like, haha, my plan worked. So I don't think he wanted her to go back. I think he wanted maybe he needed more time. I don't know. I don't know exactly how that worked. Oh my goodness, I'm going to need so much more quartz. We're going to be going on a quartz farming mission, I think. I am going to have a basement here, but I'm going to do that later on. And I'm probably not going to make it the entire length of this. I'm probably just going to make it only like sort of visible to the windows, to be honest. Maybe just a hallway or something. Like something that if you're walking down, you'd be like, oh, cool. Okay, there is an interior, but then you wouldn't necessarily notice like, oh, it's nothing. It's just 5 blocks wide. Because look how much room I have up here. It's all going to be done. This was such the right call. Look at the reflections. Look how good it looks. Love it. By the way, if you're ever wondering what shaders I always use complementary shaders in this world. There is a new version of complementary shaders. I think it's like remixed or something like that I may switch to because I really liked how it did like the sort of almost like ray tracing like effects that are really cool. So I may end up switching to that. I think it's called Reimagined or something like that. It's like complementary reimagined, I think. Look, I'm going to run out before even just... I'm out! I'm out before even this one room. Like, literally one room. Oh, that's so bad. Okay. We're headed to the nether, everybody. And I'm just going to fly around the nether and just try to find just some quartz on the ground. I'm not going to, like, do the underground nether farm. But look, just walk in here. You're going to see this. It's rich, obviously. Very nice. Okay, where are we at here? I'm going to do fortune. Keep this here. Let's throw these other stuff in. We'll head to the nether. Oh boy, it's just tough dialogue. So tough. I hate this. I hate this explanation so much of the Force. I just really wish that it wasn't ever created. And I know that was sort of the idea for episodes 7, 8, and 9 was sort of going in, shrinking down really small and going inside the midichlorians and all that kind of stuff, but I really dislike it. Ooh, you know, the other thing that I want is I want gravel. I'll take all the gravel. All the gravel, because you know what? I need a lot of concrete. I need a lot of coarse dirt. I need all that kind of stuff. I have some major road building coming up in my future. Hello. What is this? It's fortress right here. Okay. And I'm going to need all the coarse dirt for that. So he knows who he is, right? Because he just said, I will see that the Senate, nothing changes. So, with that being said, that means this guy knows that he's a senator and he has a dark side apprentice. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I'm surprised that he would reveal his actual identity at all. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about this. The fact that the Trade Federation knows who Palpatine is. I guess. I mean, why would he ever reveal himself? It's weird. Maybe he just said like, I can keep the Senator in control because I have like influence over them. They would never think that he's an actual senator because that's a really strange and surprising bit of information for him to give up. Why can't you use your power to help her? Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I wish Obi-Wan Kenobi was in this movie again. Again, this movie, in my opinion, should be maybe a total of 60 minutes. Cut out the fluff, get a better villain, give Darth Maul a ton more, like, stuff to do, other than sort of stand menacing and then have an awesome lightsaber fight in the end. Make him more of an actual character. And by now in the movie, we should be well into teenage Anakin. And teenage Anakin and Padme start forming a romance. That should be already moving. It doesn't need to be little boy Anakin this whole time. But, it would have been a little different, a little bit controversial maybe to do a bit of a time jump within the movie. But I think it'd just be a much more entertaining film. And and leave a lot more room for Anakin's turn. That's my big thing. And if we do episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and episode 3, Return of the Sith, Revenge of the Sith, you'll see just his Anakin's turn to the dark side is so insanely abrupt. And if you watch Clone Wars, it shows some of that stuff, but you shouldn't have to watch an auxiliary show to understand and to really get the full impact of a movie. It should be within the movie. And Anakin's turn is like, he's like, good, killing Jedi youngling. It's like, it's so ridiculous almost. I remember now why I never build with quartz. I remember vividly now. Big reveal, right? Let's see. Show Qui-Gon. So he knew. He's smiling. He's looking at Obi-Wan like, did you know this? And Obi-Wan's like, I'm not even in this movie. Like, I know nothing. I don't even know what's been happening this whole time. Oh man, this dialogue is so stiff. And what's amazing, she's a great actress. Like, Natalie Portman is awesome, and yet it sounds like she's like reading lines off a cue card. It's so bad. I don't understand why this direction was like, yeah, no, you should sound like you're reading. Because she can act, obviously. All these actors, they're all good. And yet, I just don't get it at all. He can act. He's giving it. The voice actor for this guy is bringing it, whoever that is. Well, I'm not here for glowstone, but honestly, it's hard for me to turn it. Oh, I should use my soak touch. Okay, I'm not here for glowstone, but if it's right here and easy to harvest, it never hurts to have some on hand. I don't have a distinct need for glowstone anytime soon, I don't think, but what the heck? Is this falling into lava or anything? Why is he not in the movie more? That's all he does. He stands there and does nothing. It's so annoying. Like, give him a character. And it's also further, it's weird that they overdub all of his voices with like a different person. Like, instead of just getting an actor who can talk and do like the moves, but whatever. He's such a great, Darth Maul is such a great character in Clone Wars and Rebels. If you watch those series, which are great, which are really, really great. More happens in like an episode of Rebels than happens in a whole season of Mandalorian. But yeah, they're awesome. And Darth Maul is such a well like defined and flushed out character and has such interesting personality and the whole thing. And they just nothing in this movie. I'm just gonna throw this on the ground. I don't want it to take up an inventory spot. No more over there? Okay, that's fine. I'd like to not get killed by piglins. That'd be really, really nice. Oh, there we go. Down. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. All right, so they gotta, with this like stiff dialogue, they gotta go get the Viceroy, and so they have to get him so he can't return with another droid army. Okay. All of them. So he wants her dead. He actually wants Padme dead. Okay, interesting. So I guess he did not want her. He did not want her to come back to the planet because, although is he the reason? Is he the reason why she has a decoy? Like, have there been other attempts on her life? That could be. I don't think we've seen one yet, but I think no reason why there couldn't have been off camera. I guess would have been nice if they mentioned something like that. Yeah. I'm here for quartz and gravel. I can't turn them down. And also, the only three things I want, quartz, gravel, and if I happen to see netherrack, I'll take that too. That's it. I'm ignoring the gold. I have a gold farm. I have unlimited gold for the rest of my Minecraft life forever, as long as they don't stop, like, nether roof spawning or whatever. But that's it. That's all I need. I'm going to need to set up a little bit of a barrier here. So I can just take that one gravel? All that for one gravel? Okay. I don't need you red mushrooms. I can grow more. I have infinite bone meal. Oh, look at that attack. That's super cool. So these forces are weird, right? They stop projectiles if they're moving at a certain speed. We kind of learned that in Clone Wars. So anything slow, they can walk right through or whatever. It's just they take anything that has a certain speed, I guess, or force behind it get stopped by the force field. So, because droids, and Anakin later learns that you can just walk right through it, or hide under a shell and have it pass over you, and then you take out the enemy within the shield. Roger, Roger. I don't love how human battle droids are. I know they're supposed to be like funny and comic relief and stuff, but I find that it just seems kind of ridiculous that like they would give these battle droids, which are just cannon fodder, like they're like the crappiest version, right, of the droids for battle. It just feels like they wouldn't give them so much personality, the builders of these droids, because then, I guess you want them to think on their own, but that's one of the big points that they bring up in Attack of the Clones, is like, clones are better because clones can think on their own. Well, these guys can pretty clearly think on their own. They talk and stuff all the time. I just feel like the battle droids they should just be like mindless cannon fodder. They shouldn't really be like thinking, idea having sort of droids. It's so weird that I don't have like hundreds of levels since I died the second time. I've died twice in this world. One time, neither of which was really my fault. One time was one of the 20 dragon fights that I did. And that was, I only died because I knew I wasn't playing hardcore mode anymore. I had already changed off hardcore, so I didn't bother going back to get another totem when I popped one, and another totem would have saved my life. And the other time was, I was just, I was AFK mining concrete, and I thought that I had longer than I did, and I mined right through the floor, and I fell to my death. I think I suffocated, actually, is what happened. I think I suffocated in the water stream that was making the concrete powder into concrete for me. And that, again, if I were playing hardcore mode, I wouldn't have done that because I just wouldn't have gone AFK. But, I was like, that should be fine. And it wasn't fine. Look how many droids there are coming out here. Oh, where are we at for this? Let's go ahead and make all these blocks. Boy, what would be nice if... I'll tell you what would be nice. If the stone cutter gave you more returns, like it does with copper. Like if you could get 4 times as many, that would be really nice. Since it works for copper, the mechanics there, the precedent is there. That'd be super cool. Yeah, why can't we get more quartz? One of the plans I have for Steelport is eventually to have a whole, like a masonry hall where I'm just going to have an absolute crap ton of masonry villagers so I can just get quartz from them, because this right now, what I'm doing is for the birds. But you would just need, for the size of builds I would need, you just need so many, and they'd all have to be converted and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be a build that we do down the road a bit, but at some point it's on the short list of things I want to accomplish fairly soon in this world. It's a cool battle. I mean, this is all, there's no actors on set, right? I think maybe the Jar Jar is an actor in this point, but like, these are just like all CGI, man. The animations are so good. Keep in mind, this is 20 some years ago. It's really ridiculously good. Oh, I hate this part. Oh, this part's so hard to take. This might be the part that I think of. When I think about how much I don't like this movie that much, this might be the part that I think of the most. Oh, it's just brutal, brutal writing. Brutal writing, brutal acting, the whole thing. This is brutal. It's really bad. There we go. All right, it's on. Not this part. I like this part. The Darth Maul fight is amazing. I'm talking about the Anakin in the Naboo starfighter bit. Oof. I almost don't even want to watch it. Let's talk about Minecraft instead. Yeah. I mean, these fights are fine. You know, they're fine. Some action. Oh, this part, no. Duel of the Fates, right? That's the music right now. I think it is. Oh, it's great. Look how good. Look how he's so good. And like, there's two of them, right? There's two very trained Jedi, and he's just handling them with his double lightsaber. Oh, so good. Oh, no. Oh, everything he says. Again, it's not on Jake Lloyd, the actor who played Anakin. It's not. It's on the writers. It's on Lucas for being like, yeah, cool. Keep that part in. How could be automatic pilot takes you directly to where he needs to go? It's just, I mean... I'm all for like people doing awesome things in movies and stuff, but I am not that into just really lucky coincidences that, yeah, I wish there was a better bit here. All right, so I had to stop for a second because someone came to my door, and at that exact moment, a gas came. So I had to run and hide while I'm running to the door. So I had like a complete catastrophe almost happened, but I escaped, I hid, I got the door, and then came back. And then I've just now reset the timer to be exactly where we are on track. So if you notice that little cut, yeah, everything happened at one time. I'm just sitting here recording, everything's cool, and then all of a sudden, it's utter, complete chaos in my world and life. But anyway, we're back here, and it's right now they're fighting Darth Maul in this awesome, just very, very cool scene. I mean, watch this. So they jump across, and Darth Maul is so kind to let them land. So nice of him. Let them land, get their footing, and then start fighting them again. Seems like whenever they jump up is probably the part. And he did have the high ground, which, you know, I mean, certainly that would be a consistent thing. If someone has the high ground in Star Wars, like, you're in big trouble, right? Right? Oh, what am I doing here? Where's my rockets? Why are they split? Okay. Let's go. There we go. Okay, so doing pretty well here. I'm gonna have to clear out my inventory soon. I don't want to go back until I have at least a whole bunch more quartz, because I want to do this entire thing in quartz. I think the entire floor in quartz, and I definitely don't have enough. Now, if I use slabs, I'll have twice as much as what it looks like I have. But still, I don't have that much. I have, so that's like 8. So I'm basically have 9. I have 9 stacks of slabs. Like, that's just not that much, honestly. So let's keep on going here and see what we can come up with. Hey, did everyone here watch the Skies video? Did you like that 100 Days Skies video? My first foray back into modded 100 Days content in quite some time. I had a really fun time doing it. I do have a couple more planned because I have a story that I want to tell with both Fred and James, and Edwin. I have 3 sort of standalone stores for each of them, so that's going to be a total of 4 new 100-day videos. One's already released, and 3 more. I think you'll really enjoy if you like that kind of content. Definitely let me know. Definitely let me know. It's like yeah, I like more of that, or like nah, I'm just into the survival bit, but I'm just curious to where everyone stands. I mean, I won't lie, I did it because I'm hoping to reinvigorate some of my channel a little bit, but I wouldn't have done it unless I had a story that I wanted to tell, and that was important to me. These bad drugs have less personality in this movie than I kind of thought they have, or kind of remember from before. I think maybe more of their personality comes out in later on, and somewhat in the cartoon Attack of the Clone, or the Clone Wars cartoon, I think. I don't, you know, I'm pretty sure I've never been in this fortress before. I don't usually explore this way, like when I'm just out looking for quartz or whatever, very often. I've got to get those Mason. I've got to get those Mason villagers at some point here fairly soon. That's got to be on my sort of short list of things to do. Set up that big giant trading area where I can just trade for quartz blocks. You can trade for regular quartz, right? I think. Right? You can trade for regular quartz? Oh, I hope that's the case. I can't believe someone came. So no one ever comes to the door, but it was UPS, which they just, you know, leave stuff normally. But I actually had to sign for a package, so they were just like ringing the room, and I looked out and I just see him standing there, and that's right when I started getting bombed by the cast. It's really great. Let's see. I love this music. This music's so amazing. Do you know inside information when the choir was singing this music, they're just singing random words. They're like, just so it's not nothing. It's not another language. It's just random. It's like, you know, pickles and hot dogs, things like that. You know, and you can't really hear it the way they're all singing it together. And since it's out of context, it doesn't really, your mind doesn't connect to it. But yeah, they are singing words in English, just sort of random words. You know what would have been cool in this next part, coming up in 1 second? Force speed, which they introduced in this movie earlier, and yet Obi-Wan, trying to get there to help his master to beat this Sith, doesn't use it. Why? No explanation. I should read the novel just exclusively for this one bit of why the heck. Oh, okay. Again. Of why Obi-Wan doesn't use force speed here. It's just so bizarre that they introduce it in this film, and then at this moment where that exact Jedi power would be perfect, nothing. It's so weird. I timed this out. I'm recording this, by the way, during the day. When my younger son, well, both of my kids are at school, but I have to go pick up my younger son at his preschool fairly soon. So I thought I timed it out right, but that little glitch is going to make it a little closer than what I would like it to have been. So what we may do is end up just skipping the credits here whenever we get there, because I think having to run out and answer the door and sign for the box or the package or whatever may be just the amount of time that I do not have left to record this and everything. And hey, look at this. More free glowstone. Cool. Oh man, this script. Woo! Yeah. I also would say that and act like that in the middle of like life and death combat. Remember, he's acting like this and all having fun and all that kind of stuff, while other Gungans are dying, like friends, you know, like people he probably knew before he got banished and all that kind of stuff. They're dying right beside him, and he's like, woo, 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 it's like a Three Stooges routine. You know, I know you're trying to keep it kind of light, but man, it's war. I don't imagine like soldiers were acting like that during combat in like World War II, you know? I mean, come on. Treat it a little bit more seriously, I guess, is kind of what I'm saying. Like this Anakin flying through this place on what, autopilot? It's so ridiculous. And he's like, oh, maybe I should do it. I think earlier, maybe he has to say yes. It's like I should do a spin move. That'll work. He says it out loud. It's so, so weak. Oh, so weak. This is such bad writing. It's so bad. Just the dialogue is so bad. It's so terrible. Why? Why is it so terrible? Throw away. Get out of here. All of you Netherrack, except for this one stack that I want to keep. Get out of there. Okay. Yeah, Obi-Wan, use your force speed right now. Use it. Use it. Use your force speed. Oh, nope, you didn't use it. So now you're locked behind a video game wall. Okay, cool. Why? Explain. Why didn't he use force speed there? It's such a dumb power. Maybe they're like, oh, force speed was a real, we shouldn't have introduced that. But you did introduce it in this movie. Have an explanation of like, oh, I already used my force speed power, so I would have to like save up more power or something. I don't know, some sort of excuse. If anyone's read the novel or know why he didn't use force speed, please tell me, because it's absurd. Sorry, Qui-Gon. Also, another problem, right? Qui-Gon's the one who discovered, we learn much later, Qui-Gon's the one who discovered becoming one with the Force on death, and yet his body didn't disappear. Has that ever been explained? Because everyone else who became one with the Force, Luke, Yoda, Obi-Wan, their body disappears. So, weird. This is like the most quartz farming I've done in a really long time. What's he talking about? Her insurrection. They're the ones who took over her planet. Wouldn't it be their insurrection, right? Unless they're just really counting. They're gonna keep it forever, right? Obi-Wan, why? Why didn't you use your force speed? This is a great scene too until the very end. Love this fight. Hate how it ends. I didn't mind it like at the time, but the more I think about it, the more I sort of grow with it. It just feels like, oh, okay. I meant to totally the wrong thing. I pressed okay, that's fine. I mean, great fight. Great fight. Love how sort of Obi-Wan style matches here. I love that they took time to make all the different sort of fighting stances, sort of their own unique thing. I think that's a really cool thing that they did. And right now seems kind of ridiculous. Like, now remember, all the powers that Darth Maul has at his disposal, right? Being a Sith master or Sith apprentice or whatever. But like, he could use the Force. Like right now. He could throw his lightsaber. Maybe he's just basking in his victory. Maybe you want to say that, but I mean, this ending is it's hard to believe that like a real Sith could let himself die here, unless maybe, you know, their arrogance is the cause of their defeat, like what Luke said to the Emperor. I guess maybe. I don't know. Maybe. And, I mean, Anakin blowing up the entire space station is just... I get it. It's made for kids. I don't know, man. I don't know. I know every space station has one specific area that if you hit it, the entire thing will blow up in some sort of giant chain reaction, but this is... No, it's not pod racing at all. Nothing about that is pod racing, Anakin. Nothing. Like, you're not in a pod. You're not racing. None of that makes sense. It's not even a good line. I don't even know why you would say that. Why would you say now this is pod racing? That's absurd. If you were racing in a pod and you hadn't been before or had only been practicing, then maybe you say something like this is pod racing. It doesn't... Why would he say that? I guess because he's 5. But he is a 5-year-old who's capable of blowing up an entire droid-controlled spaceship too, so seems like a pretty capable 5-year-old, I guess. I do enjoy a lot getting all this gravel. It's like I'm not even here for it, and it's just like free. Because every stack of gravel equals 2 stacks of whatever I want, whether it's coarse dirt or concrete or whatever. Okay, so think about all the different ways. Darth Maul cannot die here. Not stand there like a chump whenever Obi-Wan flips over his head. Because literally, Obi-Wan... Now, maybe you could say, oh, because he knew what was going to happen, right? So, like, he had experience with it. But, like, in Episode 3, Anakin does very similar thing. Jumps, and Obi-Wan knows exactly how to handle it. Are you telling me that Darth Maul really had no idea how to handle that? Okay, Qui-Gon's still alive. Now, I know it was kind of retconned that he could become one with the Force, that he was the first one to become one with the Force later, but... Okay, that Piglin's coming to get me. Time to leave. Take out this guy. I hate the Chosen One prophecy. There's no need for it. I don't like it at all. I wish it was never mentioned. It just causes so many problems because if you're going to ever move forward in this universe, ever, the Chosen One can't have... Oh, look, there more are coming. Okay. You guys coming for me or just standing there? If you're ever going to have more, like, you know, you want to have episode 9, 7, 8, 9 ever, then the Chosen One can't have accomplished his goal. And if he can't, then I guess he wasn't really the Chosen One. Or maybe, like, the Chosen One only sort of makes balance to the Force for, like, just a little while or something, right? I don't know. It's weird. Okay, now in this moment, does he know who he is? I mean, later on you would think he does from the way he sort of talks to him at the opera and stuff, but didn't seem like it there, but maybe he's just playing it cool. What was his trials? Just skip it? Or was it that fight? Oh, I hate the Chosen One. So he fears, right? So fear leads to the dark side, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, all right. You know, it's an okay way to get around it. I would have liked to have seen more resistance before of Obi-Wan training, but because he was like seemingly very willing. I think it would have sold it better when he was like, I just want to be a Jedi Knight. I don't want to be a teacher. Something like that, and sort of show how kind of like what a bad teacher he might be, to sort of explain, even though he's a great Jedi Knight in time. Yeah, I don't know. I think showing a little bit more of Obi-Wan in this whole movie would have been a much better film in general. See, Qui-Gon, body, still there. Not one with the Force. Love it. Great camera work. Okay, that was great. I admit, that was great. Showing him, you know, I mean, because we all know, right? So it's not like, you're not like revealing a secret. Like, we all know who Palpatine is and stuff, so that was cool to sort of show him very subtly. Not that subtly, actually, but show him without reacting or anything like that. That was cool. And big CGI fest for the ending. Well, listen, if you watch this with me, if you watch this this episode, whoa, jeez, okay. We'll land on this. It's a totally safe place. Jeez. If you enjoyed watching this with me while we mined quartz and did a little bit of building, you have to let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear, and I will I'll let the rest of this movie play out, and I will see you next time from Minecraft and Movies, where we do episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Lots and lots to talk about during that one. Hopefully we'll have another build going on by then, because I'm about done with this City Hall, I hope. All right, we'll see you next time, everybody.